Okay, this is the south side of the structure. This is where the mailboxes are. We got two buildings. This building has 3 units. Your unit is one of these 3 units. By process of elimination, it's pretty easy to determine, and it's only an assumption that the middle meter probably doesn't go to your unit. So your unit is either this meter or it's this meter. Now, if it's this meter, you don't have anything to worry about. But if your meter happens to be this meter, the one that's closest to the mailbox, you're missing your conduit cover. And water can get up inside your electrical system right there. The cover's missing. That's what we got. So we're going all along. Unit number 3. That's what we're doing. And basically the unit faces east. This would be the north wall, this is the south wall, this is where the electric service panel is. It looks like it's been a pretty recent installation. You know what I'm not seeing? I'm not seeing a green tag. I'm not seeing where a permit was pulled to install this. It's not what I'm seeing. I don't see a permit in here anywhere at all. Okay, so the panel was screwed in. That's good. Screwed on. That's good. Screwed on part. It's not labeled. I don't know if the air conditioning unit, and I'm suspecting that this is one of the air conditioning units, that it's 60 amps and it's overfused. What is this one, 50 amps? The units are designed to take between 35 and 50. The manufacturer wants 50. That's a white. That could be the air conditioning unit. Does it say air conditioning on here anywhere? Hall, cold front, hall light, screen, bathroom. Doesn't say anything about an air conditioner there. We don't know. We do not know whether the condensing unit is properly fused or not. I can't say that it's not properly fused because I can't prove either way. Right here, this is called bundling. Probably was done that originally. You see, we have these large knockouts, twist outs, if you will, for L1, L2 to come in. We don't know where it's going to come in, so we can install this box just about anywhere. And we have these smaller twist outs, these smaller knockouts. See those? Those are for these cables. You're not supposed to bring more than 2 cables in at a time. It's called the skin effect. Now, even the illustration that's baked into the inspection report is somewhat apologetic, and I hate discounting my work, and the cure is probably worse than the ill, and it's probably not going to change the safety rating of the house over the long term. Probably not. It's not going to change the resale value of the home. That's pretty sure. So, it kind of is what it is. Is it right? No way it's not right. It's not right. It's not right at all. Okay, now these cabinets, they're not supposed to have more than 1/8 of an inch gap between the cabinet and the wall. Look at that. For the fire blocking. Oh, but that's new construction. I mean, you can't expect people to do that. Well, I don't know. The 16-year-old kid, the 17-year-old, excuse me, sir, 17-year-old kid that put the stereo in my car, it looked like a factory installed it. You could look like it came from the factory that way. And I know that 17-year-old kid had a lot more on his mind besides installing my stereo than the 35-year-old electrician had when he was installing this. I imagine he had a little more control over his personal life and could concentrate on his profession. I would imagine that would be the case, but it's kind of hard to tell when you see gaps like this. You just don't know. It's called a good and workmanlike manner. Hey, I've got some instructions. These are supposed to be nailed in. See these screws? Screws are faster and tighter. I get that. Alright? Faster and tighter these screws are. Just zip some screws in there, Philip. We're going to the beer store. Oh, Doug, you're the fastest guy in the shop. I know. I'm getting a raise next week. Right? No. Nails have much more shear strength. If this garage has experienced a tornado or something, an event like that, you've already got a bad day. It blew up everything. I get that. But if this cabinet had been nailed in place rather than screwed in place, the odds are is that it might be stuck to a couple pieces of board or something. It might be stuck to a part of the structure. It might even still be standing for all we know. Something might have happened. It wouldn't have just popped out so that the first responders have to step over a Sparky to go in there and do you some good. That's why we nail these in. Well, that's why we should nail these in rather than screw them in. What else have we got? Oh, we got other stuff, bud. white hots. If you do not know that that's a white hot, all right, that's not a neutral, it's a white hot. Neutrals are hot too. It's a white hot. If you do not know that's hot, you do not belong in this cabinet. I get that. But it's supposed to be wrapped with black tape, not university stuff. Okay, here's your main neutral. It's wrapped with white tape. Somebody could handle that much. Oh, you just can't get to the black tape. Just can't get to the black tape. Cables are not supposed to be touching the cabinet cover. And then, even though this isn't labeled like it should be, what little they decided to label, for whatever reason it was that they decided to label it, okay, that should be printed. See where it says 31, 32, 30, 28. See where it says GE? That's printing. See what's right here? That's handwriting. Some people call it block printing when you're in school. Well, when I was in school. Do you do cursive writing yet? They don't do cursive writing at school anyway. Alright? That's handwriting. It's supposed to be printed. I didn't make that up. I didn't wake up one day and say, you know what, bud, how are you going to make everybody's life miserable? I said, you know what, I think I'm going to talk about printing and writing on labels. I'm going to make up some rules for me to rule the inspection world. No, I don't do that. The code and GE manufacturer specifies that these should have been printed. So what did we learn? Our label is incomplete and it's been printed. We learned that we've got gaps larger than 1/8 of an inch. We've learned that the cabinet was improperly screwed into place. We learned that we've got bundling. We've learned that we've got hot whites. And the bonding location isn't labeled in here. A lot of times it's on the water heater. We'll just come over here and see if we can take a look. Alright, it's nice if you know. You know, and a lot of electricians will know to come over here and look for the bonding location here, and it's not here. And it's not here. So if I find it later, I'll write it in the report. You know, it's good to know. But not properly labeled, incompletely labeled, screwed into place with gaps. White hots, bundling. Oh, it's 200 amps, and the conduit on the underneath the meter may or may not be missing its conduit cover.